What's good, fellas? Welcome to this presentation. Today I want to talk about being initiated into grounded masculinity. When I speak of grounded masculinity, what do I truly mean? Well, let's look at masculinity itself and what I mean when I speak of masculinity. When I speak of masculinity, I speak of assertive energy. I speak of penetrating energy. I speak of powerful energy. I speak of energy that can lead to creation, lead to an outcome, lead to results. I speak of energy that is proactive. I speak of energy that is self-sufficient. It doesn't need anything but itself. It can be nurtured. It can be complemented by the feminine, but it doesn't necessarily need it. Okay? So we could even say, as a grounded masculine man, you may want a woman, but you do not need her. You have the ability to get what you want without it, without the feminine energy, without her. So when I speak of masculinity, that's what I'm talking about. Is that energy of get out my way, I'm going to get what I want. I'm taking full responsibility for my life, full responsibility for my reality, and I'm going to make shit happen. That's what I speak of. Now, when I speak of being grounded in that, I mean you maintain this frame no matter what. So being a masculine man is not easy. Being a grounded masculine man is not easy because you're going to be challenged. That's why you don't see a lot of masculine men nowadays, because they can't handle the challenges that come with that. You're going to be tested. Feminists are going to come for you. White knights are going to come for you. Your own mind is going to come for you. Past trauma, limiting beliefs. All these things are going to try to bring you down and dim your energy. And what you want to do is say, fuck that, man. I'm a grounded masculine man. I know what I want. Nobody's going to get it for me. Nobody's going to hand it to me. I must go and get it. I know the life I want to live. I know the type of money I want to make. I know the type of power I want to cultivate. I know the type of women I want. And who gives a shit what anybody else thinks of it? It is your life. It is your kingdom. You must see yourself as a king. One of the 4 masculine archetypes, the king. The king builds his kingdom and he sets the rules and regulations within his kingdom. He sets the law. Nobody else. The king sets the law. So you don't need to be looking to anyone for validation or approval or permission, because you are a king. Okay? So being initiated into your grounded masculinity, how does this happen, or what do I mean by this? Essentially, it's putting yourself through tension, but not random tension. It's tension that is necessary for you to achieve the goals you want to achieve. And through that process, you become grounded in your masculinity. So there's certain processes I've went through that have initiated me into grounded masculinity. So for example, the process of going out and doing cold approach, there's certain levels of tension, there's certain levels of pain, there's certain levels of rejection, danger. These are not things we're supposed to run away from as men. We're supposed to seek out these things. These are the things that make us men. When we go through pain, when we go through trial, tribulation, danger, challenges, that's what carves us into men. That is not something to run away from. if you're running away from fear, running away from rejection, and running away from pain, you're not taking the path of masculinity. You're taking another path. You're being feminine. Being masculine is actually seeking out challenge, is actually wanting to experience pain, wanting to experience these things, but knowing through going through these things, on the other side is the results. On the other side is growth. On the other side is evolution. On the other side is elevation. On the other side is ascension. You bettering yourself, you improving and receiving the results that come with that by going through this process. So for me, one of those processes was what came with going out and doing cold approach. But I didn't go out there and just fuck around and timid with it. I went for it 110%. I put death to the old me. When you are being initiated, if you want to be initiated, you must understand that the person you go in to the process as is going to die, and you're going to come out as a new being. So in order for that person to die, wouldn't it mean you're probably going to go through some shit? Yes. But you accept the challenge with a smile on your face because you want to become greater. You want the power that comes with being grounded in your masculinity. You want the results, the success, the freedom that comes with being a grounded masculine man. There's a sense of freedom. There's a sense of peace. Don't we all want peace? There's a sense of love, of joy that comes when you go through this initiation and you come out on the other side. But the thing is, we don't really live in a time where they put you through any form of ritual or initiation into your masculinity. You either have to try to figure it out on yourself or find somebody that can help you with it. Me, I stumbled my way into my masculinity. I didn't even know I was doing it. I was putting myself through pain and challenges because I wanted to achieve my goals. But through that process, it initiated me into a level of masculinity that it serves me very well. It serves me very well. I would never give it up for anything. I would never give up my masculinity. I don't give a shit how much money you try to throw at me. I want to be a masculine man. I'm proud of my masculinity. I'm proud of being aggressive, having an aggressive nature. But I'm also proud of being intelligent and knowing how to use that aggression towards goals, not towards anything negative, not towards violence and stuff like that. That's aggressive energy that I apply towards my goals, that I apply towards making the world a better place, that I apply towards helping others. Masculine energy is a great thing when it is utilized in a mature manner. Utilized with good intentions. It can be a very bad thing if it's misused by an immature man, by egotistical man. A mature masculine man is actually a man who's actually very selfless. He spends most of his time giving and helping others. Because he's so strong and so powerful, what else is there to do? If you're good, if you're secure as a man, what else is there to do except help others? See, that's what we want to get to. We want to get to the point where we've handled ourselves. You must achieve self-mastery in order to truly help others. You're not going to be able to help others if you can't help yourself. You must sit down and reclaim and ignite your masculine energy. Reclaim and ignite the masculine warrior archetype. That part of you that wants to aggressively move towards your goals. That wants to aggressively achieve your desired lifestyle. Initiating yourself into grounded masculinity. I have a process for you. We leverage the 4 masculine archetypes of the king, the warrior, the magician, and the lover. And we become walking embodiments of these archetypes. And by becoming embodied in these four masculine archetypes, you become grounded. You become well-rounded as a man. Because the thing is, you don't want to be super aggressive, but you don't know how to love. And you don't want to be very loving, but you don't know how to be aggressive. And you don't want to be super intelligent and like logical, but you don't know how to be emotional and relate to someone and empathize and things of such. You'll be unrelatable. You'll be a walking robot. Nobody's going to get you. And if you don't feel connected, you're not going to feel whole as a man. If you can't connect with others, if you can't experience love because you have all these walls up, or because you have a immature understanding of masculinity, you think you can't love. A masculine man can love. It just doesn't look fruity like how they, it doesn't have to, love doesn't have to be this fruity thing. It can be it can come from a strong place. I can love someone and still be a grounded masculine man. I just love them from a place of strength. It may even seem at times like what they call tough love. But you can also see when the lion in the jungle, when he's relaxed and he's, cuddling with his lioness. But when the time is right, a whole different version of that lion shows up. Very vicious version of that lion. Very dominant version of that lion. When there's a threat, when there's danger. That's the thing. These archetypes are used when necessary. There's a time to be the lover. There's a time to be the warrior. There's a time to be the king. There's a time to be the magician. Sometimes you combine them. But when you have them all, you become grounded as a man. You're a grounded masculine man. So what I've done, because we don't actually have a masculinity initiation of any sort that I know of, I've created my own version of it based on my own process of how I found my masculinity. I found my masculinity through code approach, the process of code approach, going out and approaching women. There's a lot more to that than just getting women. There's a strength of character that comes with that. If done correctly, you have some people who just go into it with the wrong mindset. There's a certain frame and mindset you want to have when you do code approach that's going to benefit you character-wise, and the results will be women. You will get women if done correctly. Another form of this initiation is entrepreneurship. As a man, I believe if you truly want to tap into the king archetype, you must have some type of business. You must run a business. Because you in that structure of your business, you are the king. And not only that, you are benefiting from being a king. You're able to handle your financial situation, and therefore you don't have to be a king sometimes, but then go be an employee and get bossed around. That's a very strange thing. I understand you have to do it to pay your bills and stuff, but ideally, you should become an entrepreneur. You should have your own business. So that's another part of the initiation process. By going through the process of building a business, you become a king because you have to. You're building a kingdom. Your business is your kingdom. The magician is all about mental and emotional mastery. Okay? Learning how to accept and release emotions. Learning how to accept and release your thoughts. And understanding that you are not your thoughts, you're not your emotions, you're not your body. You are the consciousness observing these things, experiencing these things. How much power would you have if you truly internalize this understanding? The lover is about connection, connecting to the world, connecting to others, learning how to love. But first, you must fall in love with yourself. If you do not love yourself, you cannot truly love others. If you do not love your life, how can you truly love someone else's life and help them and come together and complement each other? If you're not happy, if you're not you're not experiencing self-love, you're going to need it from this other person. And if they don't give it to you the right way, then you fight and you argue and this and that. And it's, bro, there's a better way to go about things. These masculine archetypes, you tap into these archetypes, you become grounded in your masculinity and your life. Here's what happens. You experience the emotions we want to experience more often than not. You experience peace. You experience love. You experience joy. You experience courage. Instead of experiencing fear and anxiety and shame, guilt, all these low vibrational energies, bro. Nobody's trying to experience that. We want to get to the level where we're experiencing positive emotions most of our days. I'm not saying you're always going to experience positive emotions, because then there would be no way to measure anything, right? You need the up and you need the down, but we want to have more ups than downs. That's the point I'm making here. A grounded masculine man finds himself in the higher ranges of emotions versus the lower ranges of fear and shame and, bro. So the goal is to raise your consciousness. The goal is to ground out your masculinity, be able to channel it into more wealth, more power, more quality relationships, more success, a greater lifestyle, and just feeling more secure. At the end of the day, we're going for feelings. At the end of the day, what does more wealth do for you? It gives you more certainty, more security, more freedom, more abundance. More power makes you feel more confident. You feel more capable. Quality relationships, what does that do for you? You feel connected. You feel connected. You feel aligned. And that's what we want. We want to have the best experience of life possible. And I'm telling you, grounded masculinity is the path. We must become more grounded in our masculinity. That is what is needed. Even looking at the future generations, what do they need to see? They need to see more masculine role models. They need to see what it means to be a man. Without powerful masculine men, where would this world be? These are the men who are assertive. These are the men who believed in themselves and created things and helped society to evolve, helped technology to evolve, helped the consciousness to evolve. Not timid, passive men that just follow the crowd. If there was just a bunch of those men, the world wouldn't go anywhere. We need leaders. We need men who have unique gifts and know how to express these gifts, know how to give these gifts instead of holding on to them or just ignoring them. You might have some amazing gift right now that you're ignoring because of, and I understand past trauma, people trying to make you feel like you're not worth anything. But there is a solution. It starts first with you taking responsibility, saying you can make a change. You can make a transition. You can go through an initiation that will lead to you reclaiming and igniting your masculinity and ultimately becoming grounded in it. All right? So that's what I have to say today. And what I've done is I've created an initiation. I will initiate you into these 4 masculine archetypes: the king, the warrior, the magician, the lover. I will show you how to leverage these archetypes into creating wealth, cultivating power, and attracting quality relationships. And ultimately, I'll show you how to become grounded in your masculinity. This is a new program that I've designed for men who are serious about doing something with their lives, about achieving their desired lifestyle, about making an impact, about giving their gifts, about making a difference. If you're interested, private message me and I'll give you more details. See you in the next videos. Peace.